Welcome back to Tech Circuit, the podcast where we cover PC gaming, the latest tech news, and everything that's gaming and PC product related. I am Ben Tibbles, and with me, as always, is the intangible David Lee. And that was our theme song, Amber Mountain Region, by Troy Goss, aka DJ X Sub N.
Hey, we got the name.
I know. I think I got it by now. I think I've got it.
We're going to
have a very fun week for you. Please go ahead, David.
This week, we're going to be talking about Gorilla vs. Men. Some Valve news that came out this recently. We have our little product spotlight for you, and GTA 6 ending with our user circuit.
Absolutely. Without further ado, circuit, let's dive right in. One gorilla versus 100 dudes. Who wins?
Who wins? Okay. I feel like it has to be the 100 men because there's just so much mass. Like, what's the gorilla going to do if 100 men just like charge at the gorilla, right?
I've seen some pretty compelling battle simulations. That are absolutely ridiculous. But so here's the thing. If it is 100 guys all rushing the same gorilla, it's the people. It's the men.
We the people.
We the 100 men are taking down that gorilla. I don't know how many of the 100 will be left standing and in good health afterwards, but that gorilla's going down. If it's one gorilla versus one man at a time for 100 men, I don't think the gorilla gets tired enough by the end of the 100 men. I think it doesn't take the gorilla much at all to pop people's heads off like dandelions. And
great visual, thank you.
Pop, 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 and I don't think it's going to get tired of that before 100 men are out. So I think it's a pretty easy debate. I think we've settled it here. I don't know what the internet's going crazy over, but if it's 1v1 with a roster of 100 men, I think the gorilla takes it. I have a more compelling question. If we go to the next slide, who's this guy? Who's the one person? I'm not going to say man because it's one gorilla versus 100 men, but who's the one person that could solo 100 gorillas? Yeah. Who's that? Son Goku? Maybe. But is there anyone who doesn't have superpowers? I'm tempted to say, unpopular opinion, Ellie Williams from The Last of Us. She's survived clickers, bloaters, the guys who like are halfway between a clicker and a bloater, and they lunge at you and then they explode into like.
So you have to be resourceful. That's for sure.
I think so. And it's also, is it just arena? Because if it's just arena, unfortunately, Ellie Williams is going to get ripped apart. But if she can sneak around and make motion sensor grenades and things like that, I think she has a chance. Who else? Who is this person? Tell me, chat, because I want to know from you especially, who's the one person who's soloing 100 gorillas?
Yeah, there was a Blizzard actually took advantage of this fact, and they had a live streamed event with 100 soldiers against one Winston. It was the funniest thing, and nobody really paid attention to Overwatch the esports scene, but everybody locked in for this scene, and they were glued in. It was hilarious to see all the streamers there just like trying to battle out against this giant Winston going Harambe on these guys.
One thing I'll say is this 100 men versus one gorilla has produced some of the funniest TikToks I've seen in a very long time. One of my favorites was, a guy's doing this and it says, when it's the gorilla versus 100 men, but I say this is for Harambe, and now it's 2 versus 99. I thought that was really funny. Let us know what your favorite one gorilla versus 100 men memes are, or share them in the comments. You can share links. And let me know who's this person. Who's the person that's soloing 100 gorillas? Right now, the best answer I have, Son Goku, Master Chief.
That's a fight I would pay to see in person.
Master Chief versus 100 gorillas. I guess it's going to depend largely on how he's equipped.
Yeah.
If he's got the plasma sword, nothing's touching him.
Yeah, but what if he was bare-fisted? Would his shield be enough to kind of like take on the brunt of 100 gorillas?
Yeah, could Cortana direct him through a battle with 100? I don't think so. I think maybe the Doomslayer. Maybe Doomslayer would be able to. He fought off the forces of hell single-handedly, and I gotta think that they are more powerful than 100 gorillas. But I don't know. 100 gorillas versus the forces of hell. Who wins? That's the next big topic. Okay, it's not. The next topic are the Valve leaks, which means different things if you're talking about plumbing or video games. Tell me about these leaks. We've got Project Deckard, which is a cool name. But that's a VR headset, yes?
Take my money. Yes, take my money, Valve. Take all my money. I need this headset to come out. It's their next VR headset. The Index 1 came out and people loved it. Those who have it rave all about it. If they come out with the Index 2, I'm going all in.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. What sets the Index apart?
I think it's just how well everything's implemented. It doesn't feel like a crummy piece of plastic. It has a lot of really good Steam support and software built in, and there's a lot of good, really games on the Steam platform that just support VR. And Half-Life Alyx is by far the best game for VR, hands down. And I got a chance to just touch upon it for a little bit, and it was glorious.
Yeah. All right. Well, let us know in the comments. What's your favorite VR game? What's the game that you go to when you play VR? Because I am of the opinion that VR is just waiting for that one property, right? It's waiting for that one IP that everyone has to play, right? Like every system has that. For a lot of people, when it comes to Nintendo systems, it's Mario Kart or whatever the Legend of Zelda franchise is going to be, or even Smash Brothers. They say, I can't miss the next generation of that console because I'll miss the next Smash Brothers. I don't think VR has that yet, right?
Yeah, they really don't. And it's really sad to see the state of what VR has become right now. I just saw a couple days ago that Minecraft shut down their VR segment. And it broke my heart because I need VR to succeed. That is the next evolution of gaming. I feel like I was born in the wrong time era where in the future, if you want to go game, you go to a stadium, you put on this mech suit and this VR headset and you battle it out. That is like my ideal future. And VR really does need that pop-off moment. The Quest 3 was really the best price to performance, but it just doesn't have that game that you're talking about. It really doesn't.
But I think that's a common problem across all VR, not just one system.
Yeah.
But I want to touch back to what you said about the future of gaming. It sounds like you want the future to be Gundam Wing.
Oh, yes.
That doesn't sound like gaming. Oh. That sounds like fighting robots, which is awesome. I'm not going to say it's not. I'm teasing you.
Yeah.
That's I mean, I agree. If I could pilot a Gundam, tell us your favorite Gundam, by the way, because my little 90s edgelord self has a hard time not saying Death Scythe Custom, because that was such a cool one, but Shenlong Custom was cool too. Burning Hands Gundam is pretty cool. I like a lot of them. So,
Exia, Gundam 00.
Yeah.
My bae.
What was Zex Marquis' Gundam? The Epion. Epion was cool. Tall Geese. I really liked the two custom Zaku's in Wing, the Mercurius, and I can't remember the other one. There was a blue one and a red one.
Got a Gundam expert in the house.
Really just Gundam Wing, unfortunately, which is kind of the weakest series. But again, Death Scythe Custom and the Heavy Arms, pretty cool. And Shenlong. Tall Geese. Okay. But Project... What's that? Oh, why would I? But the Sandrock's the most boring one. Like, all the other ones have cool custom things. Sandrock's like, look at my two swords. And you're like, oh, cool. Do they like glow or heat up? And it's like, no. Oh.
That's it.
Cool Gundam, brah. I mean, it's better. It's a cooler vehicle than my Hyundai Kona, but it's, not the coolest Gundam in that show. That's what I'll say. So further leaks from Valve. What's Deathy?
Deathy's a streamer who streams Deadlock, and he had this panic moment where he accidentally flashed a secret, more complete build of the game on his chat. And he immediately stopped the stream. He immediately deleted the VOD and tried to completely pretend it never happened while his chat was freaking out. Just like, what is going on? Where is this version of the game? We need this version.
Well, Deathy, you done did it to yourself, friend. Tell us, hop into the chat. Defend yourself. Tell me it didn't happen. Look me in the eye and tell me that didn't happen.
Yeah.
That's all right. Well, okay, lots to look forward to from Valve, specifically another VR competitor, which is always good. I think that's one of the things that's going to drive that game to happen is if there's hot competition in the VR space, people will try to make that game that gets everyone to come to their platform. But it won't happen if there's not a market there. So go buy VR. And if you buy it at Newegg.com, it's even better. Okay. Moving on, speaking of Newegg.com, let's check out our product spotlight because we actually have a couple of really cool announcements. First of all, 50 series GPUs are back in stock. Not all of them, and I don't know how long the stock's going to last because they are in high demand, but we do have 5080s, 5070s, 5070 Ti's in stock right now. I know we have some from MSI. I don't know if other manufacturers have resupplied us yet or not, but go check out Newegg.com right now. If you're in the market for a 50 series GPU, do it now because they sell out fast. But some things that I can actually get you a good price on while supplies last. We have the AMD Ryzen 7 9700X CPU. It's currently $309. That's a $50 savings on this CPU. And that is, again, while supplies last. These prices may not last long. If we sell out of the price point, you may see that price change. But as of right now, Monday, when this releases, this CPU should be $50 off, $309, 8 cores, 16 threads, unlocked for overclocking. It has a 3.8 gigahertz base clock speed, but a 5.5 gigahertz turbo boost built right in, as well as integrated Radeon graphics. So you do have a graphics solution straight out of your motherboard. You don't need a discrete graphics card necessarily.
Yeah, I found that I typically started buying CPUs with integrated graphics because like 5-6 years down the line, it's still going to be a good CPU, but you don't necessarily want to pair it with another graphics card. You just want it for like basic tasks. That's all it's going to be good for. And so integrated graphics are really nice. It's also to troubleshoot a computer. And I was checking out the CPU and the latest games, and it's going to fly past all the games that you throw at it between Elden Ring for the system requirements and Oblivion, right? And the Gears of War remaster. It's going to be very strong CPU for those games.
Right now, you can save $50 on it, Newegg.com. We'll make sure that there's a link in the description or that it's tagged to the video. Moving on, because that's not our only product spotlight this week. We also have the ABS Cyclone Aqua gaming PC. Normally $1,000. Right now, you can save $100 on it, get it for $899. This beauty is powered by an Intel Core i5 13400F processor. That's a 10-core processor. I believe it's 6 performance cores, 4 efficiency cores. You've got a GeForce RTX 4060 graphics card. That's an 8 gig
Still a good
VRAM
graphics card.
Still a decent graphics card, right? Like you can do a lot with a 4060. You're not going to be doing a lot at max graphics settings, but you can do a lot at 1440p, which is kind of where a lot of us game. That's where a lot of gaming happens. 32 gigs of DDR4 RAM, a 1 terabyte SSD. It does come, obviously, as you can see, with the CPU cooler installed. A very nice compact build for less than $1,000.
Yeah, if you want a great entry-level computer, this is the computer to get. It's going to be all ready for you when it ships, just ready to go like that. All simple, great entry computer to get you started.
Absolutely. And buying pre-built is sometimes the easiest way to get into high-level gaming, because as we're seeing, there are people are having difficulties sometimes getting some of those higher end components.
Yeah.
So if you can get a good deal on a pre-build, bam, you've got a PC that's game ready as soon as you buy it. And then down the road, if you want to upgrade, this thing's begging for some upgrades, and it would be easy to upgrade this system. So check that out. Again, we'll have a link in the description. We'll have the product tagged in the YouTube video. ABS Cyclone Aqua Gaming PC is currently $100 off while supplies last. So if you're thinking about it, don't hesitate, don't wait, don't be late, because it's great. Okay, next up, and this is the topic that I think is probably the spiciest topic of the day. That's Grand Theft Auto 6.
Yes. It is going to be the most anticipated game of the decade.
Of the decade. I mean, right now, we're 25 years into the millennium, 26 by the time this comes out now, as it was just announced, right? We were anticipating GTA 6 when this year?
I think August?
Yeah, so like later in the year, but still this year. Now, very recently, it was announced that it's going to be sometime June of 2026, I think.
2026. I don't think I wrote down the date. I think it was August, but
Okay.
I'd have to check.
Either way, we're going to be 26 years into the millennia by the time this finally releases. I feel confident in saying it's probably the most anticipated game of the millennia.
Oh.
Thus far? Tell me a game that has been more anticipated than GTA 6. I mean, I think we're gonna get Elder Scrolls 6 before we get GTA 6.
What about Half-Life 3?
I mean, yeah, like people would freak out, I think, if they announced Half-Life 3, but I don't think people have been waiting for Half-Life.
Yeah,
You know, like,
GTA 6.
People have been waiting for GTA 6 for literal years. When did GTA 5 come out?
Ooh, 2013?
13 years later.
Yeah.
Lucky number.
Yeah, 13 years later, we get another one in the series. Crazy. I really appreciate the fact that they delayed it. I want it this year, but the same company delayed Red Dead Redemption 2, and it is still a banger to this day.
It's an amazing game. Did Red Dead Redemption 2, was that the game that lost Game of the Year to Takes Two or Stray, or I can't remember. I feel like that, like Red Dead Redemption 2 was contested for Game of the Year and didn't actually get it. But tell me what I'm misremembering here in the chat, because was it God of War? So yeah, okay, that makes sense. So Red Dead Redemption 2 lost out to God of War, which is fine. The God of War 2019 God of War was a masterpiece and a huge rebirth for that franchise. Whereas Red Dead Redemption 2, I feel like, was kind of just the refinement, the polishing of the game that came before it. That said, to your point, they delayed Red Dead Redemption 2. Red Dead Redemption 2 is a legendary video game. People will be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2 long after Red Dead Redemption 3.
Mm-hmm.
Long after GTA 6, they'll still be talking about Red Dead Redemption 2. So maybe this is, if they see the need to delay, maybe it's a good thing.
I'm hoping that I would rather have a more complete game than a crappy game that we don't like that needs fixing. Now, Cyberpunk did a good job of this, but it still felt bad. And so I want this to be a success from day one all the way for the next 13 years.
Probably more, probably longer before we get GTA 7. But no, I mean, that's a great point. So much of a game's prestige and how it's received is based on that initial feeling, right when it comes out. That's what killed Anthem, right? People were so excited about Anthem, and then Anthem was out garbage when it came out. It was crashing people's systems. It was unplayable. And they fixed all that. No one picked it up again.
Yeah.
No Man's Sky. No Man's Sky had big promises when it was coming out. People got it. They didn't live up to those promises. They fixed it years later. Some people went back and played and rave about it, but most people moved on.
Yeah.
They just moved on to the next thing. So I agree. If they see the need, if they feel the need, if they're like GTA 6 is close, but it's not there, just wait till it's there. Because, I mean, tell me if I'm wrong, you out there in viewer land, would you rather have an imperfect game sooner, knowing that they'll fix the problems with updates as they go? Or would you rather wait another year and have a more complete and perfect game?
Question. That's a great question.
I mean, but what is the answer? What's your answer?
I would rather wait. And the only reason is we're able to wait right now. We're just getting banger after banger of these video games. It is incredible. All this, what 2025 has done for us. So I'm okay with waiting. I still need to play Oblivion and finish it. I still need to play Expedition 33. Doom is coming out, right? Like, great games. But the kicker for me, the thing that stuck out was it's locked at 30 FPS for consoles, which I was in 2026, 30 FPS. That wasn't.
Didn't see that.
Yeah.
That's upsetting.
I know. Now, Tears of the Kingdom also had 30 FPS, and I enjoyed it for the most part, but it still kind of stuck like a dagger in my heart that I was playing it at 30 FPS, which I'm hoping Switch 2 will fix. Thank you, Nintendo, right? But we'll have to see if technology is able to catch up and they'll unlock it for consoles down the line.
I hope they will, because 30 FPS in Zelda is one thing, right? You're not talking about like photorealistic anything. You're talking about kind of a cartoony style, so 30 FPS is fine. But when you're doing GTA 6, it feels like a cheat.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like I've been cheated out of something if I can only play. And I got to be honest with you, GTA's never really been my thing. Rockstar games are incredibly complicated. Their controls are bananas. And like, I love Red Dead Redemption 2. If I had a nickel for every time I accidentally shot a vendor in the head and then had the whole town come after me, I'd have at least 20 nickels. Like, I'd have a lot of nickels. So this is just to say, like, I can get into that because it's the Wild West, and I want to be in the Wild West. I want to be a cowboy and ride my horse and go hunting and things. In GTA 6, I could just be this person. I'd get arrested pretty fast, but I could just do this. So and if I did it in real life, it'd be faster than 30 frames per second. So that's what I'm saying. Tell us your thoughts. What do you think down below? Are you happy to wait? Are you satisfied with it being locked at 30 frames per second for consoles? Are you going to play it on PC instead? And then who knows what the frame rates could achieve?
Last but not least, we have the user circuit.
All right. We had a lot of great comments from you, the people. That was my Bane impersonation. We take your comments and give them back to you, the people. I feel very old reference now.
I feel like you've had to practice that in front of a mirror to get it that good.
Oh, I get bored sometimes at home. We have a lot of great comments. Some from new commenters, some from old favorites. Starting with Sleepy Silva says, amazing video, love all the information. Thank you, Sleepy. I hope you got plenty of sleep last night.
BCG Nacho says, informative video. It's interesting to see how the tech landscape pans out. I'm right there with you. We're going to talk about all the things coming up in Computex.
Computex is coming up. Everybody, make sure that you are sticking around, staying tuned to our channel, because we're going to have lots of coverage from Computex, including a live stream, which is going to include a giveaway, which might include a 50 series graphics card. Maybe. I don't know. But if you're listening and you're watching, then you do know. There's a giveaway coming up at that live stream. So stick around, stay tuned. Make sure you're subscribed to YouTube so you don't miss that live stream and your chance to win. Speaking of winning, will you take the comment that you were talking about?
Buckman? please give me a free PC. Prayer, prayer, prayer. You gotta tune in, and you'll get a 5000 series GPU next week. It sounds like coming right up.
Hey, and Buckman. So if you want to win a PC, make sure you're following Newegg Studios on YouTube, because we just gave away 2 high-powered gaming PCs. Chris C won our Crucial PC giveaway about a week ago. Congratulations, Chris C.
Congrats.
And then William B just won our Felicia Day PC giveaway. Both of those incredible high-power gaming PCs. Those 2 lucky viewers won them absolutely free, and you could win too, because I know for a fact, that we have another PC giveaway coming right down the pike. So don't go anywhere. Make sure you're watching all of Newegg's content as it comes out, because you don't want to miss your chance to win. And we do a lot of them. So make sure you're following us. We've got a new chance to win coming this week. Okay. Susan, Ava, Nancy says Bitcoin. Okay.
Bitcoin. That's it.
That's the comment.
That's the comment.
Well, thank you, Susan. Can I have a Bitcoin? I'll take half a Bitcoin. You can tell you what, you give me whatever percentage of your Bitcoin seems fair, and I'll gladly accept that. Thank you. R upside down question mark, or R, says, what's the best, NVIDIA or AMD? What do you think, David? This is the question. When you start talking about PCs at this level, it all boils down to AMD or NVIDIA, AMD or Intel. Like, what's your take on the NVIDIA versus
the
AMD?
Highest end, NVIDIA can take all my money. It's just I don't have a lot of money to give, so
so they'll take it pretty fast.
So they'll take it pretty fast, and then I'll have to foreclose my house and give my car away, my firstborn. But if I wanted to, have my life, it would definitely be AMD.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've discussed this at length on the show, but I think AMD is the stronger competitor in the mid and lower range, where most gamers can afford to game. But let us know in the comments. Let our question mark R know down in the comments, AMD or NVIDIA. I want to know what you think. We've told you what we think. I want to know what you think. Finally, last but not least, we have our maybe this guy should probably just be on the show. We should probably just have Razier or Razier.
I think it was Razier, but I can't remember.
Razier.
Okay.
We should just have Razier on the show by now. But Razier says, never played MapleStory, but I remember kids who played obsessively growing up. I was more into RuneScape and dabbled for a short period in Adventure Quest.
Ooh.
Adventure Quest is hilarious. I used to play Adventure Quest.
I used to play Adventure Quest.
It is still going.
What?
I think it is. I saw someone on TikTok the other day playing it, and I was like, those don't look like the monsters I fought against. I wonder if this is new content. AMD understands that competing against NVIDIA at the flagship is a losing battle. They're much better off allocating their resources toward the mid-range where the majority of the revenue is derived, but the downside is that NVIDIA holds a monopoly with high-end cards, which is of course terrible for pricing. Razier, couldn't have said it better myself. I think you really hit on what we've been talking about in this series. I believe the BFG edition of Doom 3 gives you infinite flashlight. Again, I don't care about the finite amount of batteries. I cared that I couldn't have my gun and my flashlight out at the same time. Being able to see something or shoot something is not super helpful. Devin will eventually learn mixing RAM is a bad idea as soon as he encounters his first blue screen of death. I mean, I agree, but I'm not here to judge. Okay, moving on to our builds of the day. This first one is a fiery red build from our friend Alejandro M. Very cool build there. Thank you, Alejandro, for sharing that. You don't see a lot of like yellow-red color themes in PCs, and I think that's because people associate those with heat. Yeah, and you don't even want to give the appearance that your PC is overheating. But Alejandro M, he's not scared. First of all, look at this fan array. Those are giant fans in the front of that case.
Looks like 140 or 180.
140 was going to be my guess, but it wouldn't surprise me if they're 180 because they are enormous. But then you've got, the CPU cooler with the radiator up top, and you've got the exhaust fan in the back. Plus, I see another fan underneath the GPU down there, right there.
Yeah,
so
I see that.
It looks hot, and I bet it performs hot, but I bet it runs cool. So Alejandro M., thank you for sending that via email. Remember, folks, you can send your PCs for submission to podcast@newegg.com. And now our second one, this one I like a lot, from user CHX512.
Yeah, this computer looks like it's very well themed with the Harley Quinn themed, and we got the Batman on the bottom left, and we got the Joker on the bottom right that I'm noticing, and even the cables are black and red, which I absolutely love right here.
I think this is a sick build. I love all the Argaba. I love the custom cooling loop. Also, that's a liquid cooled GPU, which is my favorite. I love liquid cooled GPUs. Little pricier, I think, but better on space. You don't have to worry about heat at all. You do have to worry about, leaking, but that's as much as you do with any liquid cooled anything. So I think it's a really cool feature, and I think this is a sick build.
Well done. I
think it's very, very cool.
CHX_512.
Let us know in the comments what that means, unless it's not work appropriate, in which case make something up and tell us that. All right, everybody, that's our show for another week. I really want to thank David for joining me. I want to thank you all for joining us. I want to remind you that you can find our show every week at Newegg Studios on YouTube, or you can find us on Twitter and Blue Sky at Tech Circuit Podcast, or anywhere where you find your podcasts. Please dive into those comments. Let us know what you think, AMD or NVIDIA. Let us know who you think could beat 100 gorillas. Let us know what you think about the Valve releases, what you think about GTA 6. I want to know your thoughts so I can talk to you next week. Thank you all so much. I'm Ben Tibbles.
I'm David Lee.
And we'll see you next time. Have a good one.